Right now I'm working on the Celebrity Edge. We're going down to Mexico in a day or so. We have a show in about 2 days and we're only on for a week this time, then we come back in a few more weeks. So right now I'm sitting actually in the dressing room on board the ship. You can see the dressing room. It's just me and my computer right here and this little DJI Osmo little tiny camera. I'll put a link down in the bio if you're interested in one of these little suckers. They're little gimbals. They're kind of interesting. They do time lapse and stuff like that. Really neat little camera. Again, I'm a professional illusionist. I've been performing for well over 10 years. I've had 2 successful runs in New York City on 42nd Street at the famed New Victory Theater. I performed at the Magic Castle in Los Angeles, California, and work on luxury cruise lines around the world as well. So this is where I bring up a piece of magic from online. I watch it and I give you my thoughts on it as a professional illusionist. In this case, it's a piece from Johnny Carson, The Tonight Show back in the day. This was quite a long time ago. It's Neil Patrick Harris performs a magic trick on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. Most famously, Neil Patrick Harris is an excellent actor. We all know him from shows like Doogie Howser, MD, Harold and Kumar, Go to White Castle, How I Met Your Mother, and some great movie with Ben Affleck. What was it called? Gone Girl, I think it was. Really good movie with him in it. He was great in that movie. But he's also a magician. He's a big fan of magic, and maybe most importantly, he has been a massive advocate for magic. He was the president of the Magic Castle for a while. He's written at least 1 book on magic. He talks about magic on television. When he does guest spots on TV shows and interview spots, he'll do a little magic sometimes. He's had people tour parts of his house that have little areas that are homages to magic and talked about that a bit. So he's a great proponent of magic. He even produced, I believe, Derek Delgadio's off-Broadway show in and of itself, which then later went on to Hulu, and you might be interested in checking that out. But in this case, he's doing a magic trick for Johnny Carson. I don't know what the trick is. I haven't seen it, so let's take a look. Here we go.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
You're good.
Oh,
we share more than just a brief... somebody told me you did amateur magic?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do magic.
And Neil Patrick Harris is saying he's a magician, and Johnny Carson is famously also a magician as well, and somewhat of a, somewhat skilled sleight of hand magician actually. So they share that love apparently. So.
Do magic? Maybe we get you to do something.
You want me to do something?
You want to do magic?
I've been working on a
You're kidding.
mentalism
This is all
trick.
performance tonight.
I've been working on a mentalism trick that I'm going to
Okay.
do to you.
All
So
right.
what I want you to think is take like an imaginary journey through like a grocery store.
Right.
Okay. And
All right.
pick any aisle you want. You
Okay, just in my mind.
In your mind, take any aisle. Pick any item in any aisle that you want.
All right.
In any grocery store, okay?
Okay.
Now on this card, I have the price of the item you've chosen. Now, what is the item?
Baked beans.
Baked beans. Okay. Now baked beans varies from store to store.
Yeah, a can of
right?
baked beans.
Now, okay, and we haven't talked earlier
No, we
about
have
this.
not prepared
now,
anything.
what is the price of this can of baked beans?
What is the price?
Mhm.
I think it's about $1.19.
$1.19?
Right?
That's what I have. $1.19.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm going along like this. I said, if he comes up with $1.19, I said, I'm out of here.
Well, he fooled me because I thought he was going to do an actual magic trick. One thing that people have to understand as a performer on these sort of shows, if you're going to be a guest on these shows, if you do a trick, it better work. Like, you can't do a super experimental thing. If it's a high-end sleight of hand piece of magic or something that requires a lot of precision, then you better be an expert at that. And it has to work in ever-changing angles. Johnny's sitting at his side, and so for Johnny, Neil would want the trick to be successful, and the audience is sitting from the front. A lot of times, performers, your biggest goal isn't necessarily to amaze the studio audience there. You sort of want to make sure that you're amazing the camera, the audience at home, because that's an audience usually of millions. You need to pick a trick that you know is going to work, that you can do competently, and that you can do comfortably as well. So obviously this was a joke piece of magic. Neil got to express a little bit of his magic talent, or his interest more so at that time in magic, and do something that would work and was goofy and funny. And obviously Johnny wasn't like guffawing at it because he's one of the best comic hosts who's ever lived, so he wasn't blown away by the hilarity of it. But I love the anticipation that Johnny was thinking, this is going to be amazing, this is going to be amazing. And what's really great in magic is when you can get to a point where somebody has that anticipation, and maybe you sort of do a joke where you slightly let them down with like the barcode, like Neil did there. but then there's another kicker, a second phase of it, where you do really reveal that particular number. And you could do that. And I'm sure at this point, Neil could absolutely do that and have that sort of joke and that little letdown, and then there's some sort of a reveal. Maybe the numbers at the bottom show that the price was $1.19, whatever it was. So anyway, it was a fun little spot. You can see that, you know, Neil is a guy who could carry himself really well when he was a young kid, and you find a lot of actors who are also interested in magic have usually a pretty high level of performance. They may not have the best magic in the world, but usually their performance is competent and makes the audience feel comfortable. Actors are so used to narratives and storylines and knowing their lines, and so they cut the fat from it and they deliver a performance that emotes and emphasizes the right parts really well. If you guys are interested in learning magic, there's a link below in the description box to Vanishing Ink, where you can peruse their magic. It's an online magic shop with effects and magic for beginners as well as intermediate and even advanced magicians as well. If you happen to buy something there, it is an affiliate link, so I get whatever I get, like 5 cents from your purchase, whatever it is. I just want to be upfront about that. If you're interested in the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 that I'm recording this on right now, you can click the link below to find out more about it on Amazon. And again, if you purchase it there, that's an affiliate link, so I get a couple shillings from that. I don't know what I get. Take a look, no pressure. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 right there, this little tiny camera looking at itself. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you like this video, destroy the like button. If you want to see more videos, then subscribe and hit the bell to get notified, and we will see you in the next one.